Hello friends, welcome to another of my just general information videos about the Uplift. I am Uplift Greg, that's me, wearing a safari suit and carrying a boat. I don't even know why. So I want to talk about villagers today, villages and villagers, because as we get close to assigning plots of land, some of you are going to find villages totally or partially on your plots. And there've been a lot of questions in the Telegram thread in the last day or so about what we need to know about villagers. What do they do? Are they useful? Why do I want them? What happens if my village is empty? And I'm going to try and work through a little bit of that today. And I'm going to do this sort of ad lib and random. But what I did is I went and I found a village as it appears in the game. This is a village that has not had any player contact yet. It's in an area of Chicken Ka where we have no current plan to develop. So I just kind of want to go through with you what the villages look like, what the different villager buildings are, and what they do. These are basically houses. And you'll notice that inside each of them, let me get my toolbar back up. Oh, I just broke that door. See, that's what I didn't want to do. There is a bed and nothing else. It's basically just a basic village, a villager bed, bedroom house, and that's where they will sleep. They sleep when the sun goes down. They sometimes are up into the evening, but at night they all go in and occupy a bed, and that is critical. If you have a village and it has no beds in the buildings, not all of the buildings. See, this is a blacksmith shop, so there are buildings that have purposes within the villages. But anyway, you need a bed for each villager in the village. If there are not enough beds, villagers will despawn. If there are too many beds, they will make more villagers, and we'll talk about the mechanics of that in a little while. It's very kinky. So as we fly up above, you can see that there's several different of the little villager houses. You can tell what a villager does by what they're wearing. This one is wearing a farmer's hat, and he will trade. He will give you emeralds if you bring him beets and potatoes. So if you have a farm somewhere nearby that's growing beets and potatoes, you come here, you trade with him. He'll give you emeralds, and you can use those emeralds to trade with other villagers for other types of things. See, this is his little farm right here. You can see that it has a composter. That assigns that villager a job when it generates into the world. So if you have villagers that don't have a job and you put down a workstation, and there's a list of what workstations get you what kinds of villagers, you can actually give them jobs and create custom villages designed to give you the output of better stuff, potions, armor, weapons, tools, things like that there. But this guy is a farmer, and he will do no actual farming. It's not like these crops will grow up or anything. He's just programmed to appear as he's having a little trouble getting up on the hill. There he goes. Now he's got it. See, they're not very smart. No offense, Mr. Villager Farmer Guy. Anyway, as you trade with them, you can see he is a novice farmer. The trade value increases. The more you trade with them, the better the trades get. You get more and more complex stuff, or they give you more emeralds if you treat them well. If you trade with them, treat them well, they give you more stuff. If you hit them, their trade value decreases. So you can, if you harm villagers, you're actually impacting the trade value that villager brings to the game. This thing here is an iron golem. They spawn spontaneously. There's a mechanic behind it, but they spawn to protect the villagers. What you never want to do in survival mode is hit this guy, because he will end you. He is made of iron and very tough to destroy, so once you hit him, you better be ready for a fight. But his job is to spawn and protect villagers. Now, generally in the game, in a survival world, they spawn when the villagers are... Geez, give me the eye. Give me the stink eye. They spawn when villagers feel threatened. Villagers feel threatened when there are mobs around, but sometimes they just spawn in spontaneously. So if you're playing in a hostile mob enabled world, there will be more of these iron golems produced to protect the villagers from hostile mobs, and they will kill them when they see them. This is the town well and bell, and basically this is the gathering point for the villagers. If you ring the bell, they all go back to their houses. It's a way to signal danger, that there's hostile mobs or other bad things about, and they will do that. So basically what I want to show you, this is what an unprotected village looks like. Okay? And yes, it's true that some of you are going to be playing in even though it's a survival world, you'll be maybe playing in areas that don't have hostile mobs enabled, but they can still get in trouble. They will wander into a hole, they will wander into caves and get stuck in a corner somewhere, and then all the rest of the villagers will follow them. you'll come to the village and not find any villagers because they've all wandered off and died. So there are ways to safe your village to make sure that you have a viable way to trade with them and have a functional village on your plot. We think this is valuable not just for the trade value, because aesthetically it's pretty cool to have non-player characters walking around in the world. See, this is super dangerous for a village. Look, this house is literally built over a giant chasm with lava at the bottom. So it's not entirely impossible. It's quite likely, in fact, that's a cool. Look at all the cool stuff in here. There's coal. There's iron. Anyway, it's entirely likely that your villagers at some point will begin to wander off the edge of the cliff and die down here in the bottom of this chasm. So let's talk for a few minutes about how to make a village safe. And I've done that on a plot that I own. So I'm going to teleport over there and show you what a safe village looks like. It's pretty involved. And we want to make sure you know that it takes some time to do this, especially working in survival mode. So if you find a village on your plot, the first thing is I suspect that the plot lines will impact what you're able to do because you can only protect your half of the village. You may want to have a conversation, a diplomatic conversation with the person who owns the adjoining plot if part of the village appears on their land. It's in everybody's interest to protect villagers and villages. This is my Castillo de San Marcos build. This is the Castillo at St. Augustine, Florida, which is the oldest Spanish fort in the Americas. Maybe in the Americas, definitely in North America. And so, yeah, I built it in Minecraft because, I'm cool like that. So just down the road, we call this my pirate plot or my Pirate Bay plot. Just down the road from the Castillo, there is a village. You'll notice I made a road all the way over to it. The plan eventually would be to build a rail system to trade with the villagers. But look what I've done. I've put a 3-high wall basically around the entire village. That's the first thing I did. And there's more to it than that. And when it gets dark, you'll see what I mean. But look, this village goes all the way around the wall goes all the way around the entire village. So none of the villagers can just wander out. Actually, I probably need to improve that because they could wander over the fence and fall there. But they do. They wander around. They fall. Look, I built steps up to these places so the villagers can get up more easily. This is where a brewer lives. And basically a brewer makes potions. You can make healing potions. You can make potions of speed and all sorts of stuff. And he will make those if you trade items with him. What he usually wants is zombie flesh. So again, when I talk about why we want hostile mobs enabled in the game, part of it is because the items that are produced by having hostile mobs are useful to you. Now, the next thing I want you to notice is that there are torches planted all over this village. I mean, like every 8 squares all over this village. And that is because my intent for this plot is for it to have hostile mobs enabled. And if hostile mobs are spawning inside the village, they will kill the villagers. And once all the villagers are gone, they can't be respawned. You would have to find another village and transport them in to your village from elsewhere, which requires putting them in a rail car or in a boat, both of which are incredibly frustrating. The most frustrating Minecraft experience is moving villagers to repopulate a village. You can see this one has a farm that's built right sort of on the edge of the cliff, but look, there's a cave here. So if I had not lit up this cave and hostile mobs were enabled, mobs would spawn in here and zombies would come and convert my villagers into zombies. They can be turned back into villagers from zombies, but it's a pretty involved process, and it's best not to have to do that. There's a specific reason you would want to do that, but that's kind of a more advanced concept in villager interactions and making a market. So look, you can see here that we have villagers that don't have jobs assigned. That's because I don't have any workstations built for them. But this is a good sign. This means that the villagers are making more villagers. There's enough beds to go around. And so I will probably make some workstations for these villagers so I have something to trade with them, someone to trade with later on. You can make fishermen, you can make blacksmiths. This one wants carrots in exchange for emeralds. And if you give him an emerald, he'll give you 6 bread. Right? And that's just the baseline trade. And as I said, as you get them trained up, the trades get better and more remunerative to you, the player. There you go. This is a Blacksmith Forge over here. You can see he's got the ovens. Usually when you go into this, there is usually a chest that has some goodies in it. Look at there. There's 2 gold ingots and some iron chestplate and legging armor. So it's not a problem for you to take things from these villager homes when you find them in the chests. They don't replenish, so you can go ahead and grab that stuff. There's no penalty for that, but if you hurt the villagers, there will be a penalty in trade value for that. So the sun is going down now, and I'm going to rush it on its way here. I actually absolutely love the way when I lit this all up, how it looks at night. So let's do this. Let's do time, set, night, boom. And look what happens. The village is all lit up. You can see all the torches I've placed. Anywhere there's a flat surface where mobs might spawn. I think I've missed a few places here on the side of the hill. All of the caves are lit up or sealed off, so the villagers can't wander in there and the mobs can't get out if they do spawn inside. This is how you protect your village from disappearing. If you find that you have an empty village on your property, well, you're going to have to go and transport some villagers into your town, and we'll there's lots of videos on YouTube about how to do exactly that. But this is my example village, and this shows how you safety up a village. First thing, build a wall all the way around it. Second thing, fill in any caverns or light up any caverns that are nearby so they don't wander in and get killed by mobs or die. And then you begin to trade with them, and you can like I would probably start a farm just outside here, growing the things that these farmers want. So I basically would harvest the crops in my exterior farm. I'm going to build a gate here. I just haven't done it yet. And then I would go in and I would find the farmer, and I know that where did he go? Yeah, that he wants. Oh, don't go to bed yet. Wait, no, wait, come back. I know. Oh, there's a blacksmith in here too. Where'd the farmer go? Did he? Oh, there he is. So I know that he wants carrots, and I know that he will give me bread if I give him emeralds. So you trade back and forth emeralds for whatever materials they're trading. Boy, it's a crowded place. They need. Wow, okay, this is some sort of weird villager party. I'm just gonna back slowly. But anyway, you want to increase those trades and the values given for them. So you give emeralds to one villager, you collect them from another, and you can keep bouncing those trades back and forth till you have them all leveled up, trading at maximum power. You can get enchanted books from a librarian. You can make workstations that attract those villagers, turn them into those different things. We'll cover that in another video. But that's how you safety up a village should you find one in your plot. Good luck to you. I hope all of you get the 200 size plots, and all of them have vibrant villages on them. This is Uplift Greg. Thanks for watching, and we'll make another one of these real soon.